Security for Exchange. The Security for Exchange solution filters all Exchange email traffic. This includes desktop clients using MAPI, POP3, or IMAP, mobile clients that use Exchange ActiveSync, web access via Outlook web app, as well as mobile access via Outlook web app. Additionally, Security for Exchange allows scanning of the Exchange mailbox and public folder databases for malware, by using Exchange Web Services API, from Microsoft. Security for Exchange supports Exchange Server 2016 and 2013 with Edge Transport, or Mailbox Role, Exchange Server 2010 with Edge Transport, Hub Transport, or Mailbox Role, and Exchange Server 2007 with Edge Transport, Hub Transport, or Mailbox Role. It is also compatible with Microsoft Exchange database availability groups. Security for Exchange is compatible with any physical, or virtual 64-bit server that runs a supported Microsoft Exchange Server version and role. The recommended server resource availability consists of 1 GB of free RAM memory and 1 GB of free storage space. The endpoint SMTP scan agent is installed in the SMTP receive connector, which handles the emails received by the transport service. SMTP receive passes email connection information to the endpoint SMTP scan agent, which sends it to the connection filtering module of Bitdefender Exchange Protection. If the email was not rejected by SMTP receive and installed agents, it is put in the submission queue. Bitdefender Exchange Protection module integrates with Microsoft Exchange Server through transparent agents, in order to filter the email traffic for malware, spam, and custom attachment and content detection rules. This is the email flow with Bitdefender agents installed on Exchange Hub Transport 2010 and 2007, and Mailbox 2013 servers. The SMTP scan agent is installed in the SMTP receive connector, which handles the emails received by the transport service. SMTP receive passes email connection information to the endpoint SMTP scan agent, which then sends it to the connection filtering module of Bitdefender Exchange Protection. If the email was not rejected by SMTP receive and installed agents, it is put in the submission queue. The email is then picked up by the categorizer, which through endpoint routing scan agent, sends it to the Bitdefender scan and filtering modules, where it is checked for threats or unwanted or banned content. After messages have been categorized, scanned, and filtered, they are put into a delivery queue, based on each message's destination. Security for Exchange automatically integrates with the Exchange servers, depending on the server role. For each role, only the compatible features are installed. BEST integrates with the mail transport agents, in order to scan all email traffic. By default, transport level scanning is enabled. BEST filters the email traffic, and if required, informs the users of the taken action by adding text to the email's body. Anti-malware scanning is performed at transport level, and in the Exchange store. The anti-malware filtering relies on rules. Each email that reaches the mail server, is checked against the anti-malware filtering rules, by priority, until it matches 1. Then it is processed accordingly. Exchange Protection uses Microsoft's Exchange Web Services, to allow scanning the Exchange mailbox and public folder databases. For Exchange servers with Mailbox Role installed, the anti-malware module can be configured to regularly run on-demand scan tasks, on the target databases. Please take in consideration that on-demand scanning increases resource consumption, and depending on the scanning options and number of objects to be scanned, can take considerable time to complete. On-demand scanning requires an Exchange administrator account in order to retrieve the target objects that are to be scanned. We recommend to create a dedicated account just for this purpose. This account must have a mailbox attached, and must be a member of the Organization Management Group in case of Exchange 2016, 2013, or 2010, or a member of the Exchange Organization Administrators Group in case of Exchange 2007. To protect your Exchange servers, you must install BEST with Exchange Protection role on each of them. There are 3 possible types of deployment for BEST on Exchange servers. Local installation, by downloading and running the installation package on the server. Remote installation, by running an install task. And remote, by running the reconfigure client task, if BEST already offers file system protection on the server. The built-in Exchange 2013 anti-malware agent is automatically disabled during the installation of BEST with Exchange Protection. This prevents unwanted results, such as inconsistent reporting, corrupted logs, and so on. It is also recommended to disable any other third-party anti-malware software running on the target servers. GravityZone Security for Exchange automatically protects all mailboxes on the Exchange server. The total number of protected mailboxes displayed in Control Center matches the one within your organization. Security for Exchange can be configured as needed by the admin, via policy, using general, anti-malware, anti-spam, and content control settings. Security for mobile devices. Security for mobile devices unifies enterprise-wide security management and compliance control of iPhone, iPad and Android device, by providing simple software and update distribution via Apple or Android marketplaces. The solution has been designed to support controlled adoption of the bring your own device concept, by enforcing security policies consistently on all users' devices. Security features include screen lock, authentication control, device location, remote wipe, detection of rooted or jailbroken devices, and security profiles. On Android devices, the security level is enhanced with real-time scanning and removable media encryption. Security for mobile devices supports Apple iPhones and iPad tablets running at least iOS 8.1, and Android smartphones and tablets running at least Android 4.0.3. The GravityZone mobile client application can be downloaded from App Store or Google Play. In order for the GravityZone mobile client to protect the mobile devices, they must have an active cellular data or Wi-Fi connection and connectivity with the communication server. The ports used by the Security for Mobile Devices service are as follows. 8443, which is the default HTTPS port in order to connect to GravityZone. In case of an Apple device, ports 2195 and 2196 are used by the communication server to communicate with Apple push notification servers. Port 5223 is also used by managed iOS devices to communicate with Apple push notification servers over Wi-Fi in specific conditions. In case of an Android device, the communication server uses Google Cloud Messaging to send push notifications via ports 5228, 5229, and 5230. This diagram describes the communication flow between Control Center and the managed mobile devices. Push notifications are synchronization requests, used to prompt devices to connect to GravityZone communication server, in order to get policy updates and tasks. They do not include policy updates or tasks, but only inform the device that it must connect to GravityZone Control Center. Normally, the synchronization of mobile devices with communication server is done automatically through the push notifications mechanism. The user can also manually synchronize the mobile device with the server by tapping the Synchronize button in the mobile client application. If your company uses a firewall that restricts internet traffic, you will need to open the required ports in order to allow connectivity to Google or Apple notification services. The mobile client application can also start the synchronization with the server to communicate significant changes or events, such as manual profile changes, device administrator changes, lock screen password required by policy not changed on due date, malware not removed after 1 hour, USB debugging status changes, or manual scan results. Any change affecting the device compliance is immediately detected and sent to the communication server. While the device is offline, the application tries to send the compliance changes information every 60 seconds, until it gets back online. The communication workflow for Android devices is as follows. First, a task or policy update is sent from Control Center to the device. The communication server sends a push notification to the device via Google Cloud Messaging service. When the notification arrives, the Android system informs the mobile client application to synchronize with the server. The mobile client application is not required to run to receive push notifications. The Android system wakes up the application as soon as the notification arrives. If the device is offline, it will receive the notifications as soon as it gets back online. The application then connects to the server to receive data. Once the task ran, or the policy has been applied, the device sends the status back to the server so that it gets updated in Control Center. iOS devices aren't that different. Communication with iOS devices is performed via a dedicated plugin, called MDM Server. A task or policy update is sent from Control Center to the mobile device. MDM Server sends a push notification to the device via Apple Push Notification Service. When the notification arrives, iOS is asked to synchronize with MDM server. The mobile client application is not required to run in order to receive the notifications. If the device is offline, it will receive all notifications as soon as it gets back online. The device's OS connects to MDM server to receive data. Once the task ran, or the policy has been applied, the device sends the status to MDM server. The task is then updated in Control Center. In addition to synchronization requests following a task or policy update in Control Center, MDM server also sends synchronization requests automatically, every 3 hours. The automatic synchronization ensures all tasks and policy updates get applied even if some push notifications are lost. Bitdefender's Security for Mobile Devices is a mobile device management solution designed for iPhone, iPad and Android devices. It is managed in Control Center by adding mobile devices to specific users and then installing the mobile client application on the devices. You can add mobile devices to existing Active Directory users, or you can create custom users to add the devices to. The component required by Security for Mobile Devices is called GravityZone Mobile Client and needs to be installed locally on Android and iOS mobile devices to be managed. Security for Mobile Devices Installation and Configuration. In order to install Security for Mobile Devices, you will need to configure port forwarding on the corporate gateway, for the appliance running the communication server role. Once this is done, the communication server will need to be assigned an external address, to be used for mobile devices management. After this, the certificate will need to be added in Control Center. Now, to assign mobile devices to specific users, you need to navigate to Network, select Mobile Devices from the top left drop-down menu, look for the desired user, select them, and click on Add Device. Configure it as you need and click OK. You will then need to install the GravityZone mobile client from Apple's App Store, or Google's Play Store. After installation, either manually enter the activation token and the communication server address, or just scan the QR code generated for each device in Control Center. Report Builder. Report Builder allows you to create and manage queries, and detailed query-based reports in GravityZone. In order to add Report Builder to your GravityZone environment, you need to install 2 Report Builder server roles, on 2 different instances of the Report Builder appliance. First, the database, and then, its processors. So, after importing the Report Builder appliance in the virtualized environment, you need to configure the password, and the machine's hostname and network settings. After this, go to Advanced Settings, connect to existing database, and type the GravityZone database's IP address. Navigate to Advanced Settings, add or remove roles, and select Report Builder Database. The same process applies when installing Report Builder processors, the only difference being that the role to be installed will be RB processors. After Report Builder has been installed, the Queries option will be found under Reports in the GravityZone Control Center. To generate a report, just click Add, fill in the details, and once it has been generated, you can either export, or view it.